grandmother was dying, probably the most painful time in my life. You know, she had come in from Hong Kong. This is the woman that raised me for part of my life. I loved her, everything else, but she didn't believe in Jesus. And she had a stroke, and they were waiting for me to get to the hospital before they turned off the machine, you know. And she was brain dead, everything else. It was just me, my brother, and my grandmother in that room. And I just remember getting down, you know, and just screaming in her ear in Chinese as well as I could, just trying to explain the gospel and saying, God, I know you can't just save her. You know, you can't just let her into heaven. But I know she's supposed to be brain dead, but you can change that. Can you just get her to hear my voice? That's all I'm asking. Just let me share some of the things I never got to share and I wanted to share. And so I'm just I'm bawling. I'm just crying like a baby, grabbing her hand, saying, oh, Grandma, please believe. You know, you were wrong. You were wrong. I'm telling you, this is the way to heaven. You got to get it. You got to get it. And as I'm sharing, I'm hoping like maybe she'll open an eye. Give me some sort of sign, Lord. Maybe she'll squeeze my hand and just show me that you hear this message. And there was nothing. And you just see that EKG monitor when it's going straight. And it's just man, I thought I was going to go nuts. There's the one time I wanted to take this book and just toss it. Because if I believe this, my grandmother was going to suffer right then. And then that it's been 20 years and it's been suffering that whole time. Are you kidding me? Man, and I want to erase these things. I don't want to think hard about the truth, about the wrath of God. I don't want to think hard about people like that. But those are the things that motivate us. Those are the things that motivated Paul. He goes, because I've got this unceasing anguish, I got to do something. And I remember as she's dying, my brother is in the room, now walking with the Lord. He just looks at me, you know. And I just looked at my brother and go, listen, Paul, I don't ever want to see you like this. I don't ever want to see you in a hospital room wondering where you're going. You got to change your whole life. You got to give him your whole life to Jesus. Not just this little prayer. I mean, you follow him. You seriously follow him. You need to turn. And my brother was like, gosh, I thought I believed until I saw you talking that day, and I realized I don't believe like you believe. And as I was sharing, he just looked at me. He goes, okay, I'll change. And I'm just thinking, you're just saying it. You're just saying, you know, in my mind. But sure enough, a few weeks later, he goes, Francis, I literally everything. I've changed. You know, the girl is living with it. You know, that's all over with. You know, I no more drinking, no partying, no nothing. He goes, I'm even driving the speed limit. You don't have to go that far. You know, but it's just But it really was that time. It really was. You know, and then it was a couple years later, he goes, you know what, I think I want to be a pastor like you. I think I want to go to seminary, and I want to... And now he's a pastor in San Francisco and works with the homeless in the Bay Area, and he takes these home... Yeah, it's just... It's everything you pray for, right? You know, because it's your big brother and you're always scared to talk and you're intimidated and everything else. But there's, at that moment, you're going, I don't really care. There's only one thing in my mind, and this is unceasing anguish for you. And that's what motivates us to talk.